Before the world tells you who to be, there is a moment, quiet, almost invisible, when your mind still belongs to you. Not your notifications, not your schedule, not the noise of other people's expectations, just you. And in that moment, something powerful is waiting. Not hype, not motivation, direction. Because the first voice you hear each day becomes the blueprint for the day you live. Most people never notice this. They wake up and let life speak first. They reach for the phone and let urgency grab the microphone. They check headlines and let fear set the tone. They scroll and let comparison decide their worth. They replay yesterday and let regret narrate the present. They imagine tomorrow and let anxiety steal today. And then they wonder why they feel scattered. Here's the truth. If your morning belongs to the world, your day will too. And if your day belongs to the world, your life quietly follows. But you're here because something in you refuses to accept that as normal. So let me ask you a question that might change how you wake up tomorrow. What if the words you speak to yourself in the morning aren't just words? What if they're the foundation your entire day stands on? What if rewiring your mind isn't about complicated techniques or years of searching, but about a few simple phrases, spoken with intention, spoken like you're talking to the most important person you will ever know, yourself? And this isn't just philosophy. Your brain adapts to repetition. Neuroscience calls it neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to reorganize itself. The more you repeat a thought, the more your mind builds a pathway for it. Do it enough times, and that pathway stops being a trail and becomes a highway. Meaning the words you repeat, especially first thing in the morning, become your default. They become your lens. They become your reactions. They become your life. So today I'm giving you 5 short phrases. Not paragraphs, not speeches. 5 phrases that carry Stoic weight and real-world power. Phrases that can change how you see yourself, how you face stress, and how you move through your day. They are not magic. They won't work if you say them once and forget them. But if you commit to them, if you speak them every morning and back them with action, your mind will start changing. Not overnight, but undeniably. The Stoics understood this. They weren't philosophers hiding from life. They were people who faced real pressure, real loss, real suffering, and learned to master the internal dialogue. And so can you, because your mind is listening right now. It is waiting for instructions. The question is, what will you tell it? Will you repeat the same tired stories, limitation dressed as realism, fear dressed as wisdom? Or will you speak to yourself like someone who deserves a strong inner life? Now, if this message is resonating with you, if you feel that pull toward change, hit the like button, drop a comment below, and share this with someone who needs to hear it. Subscribe to this channel because we're building something here, a community of people who refuse to settle for a mediocre inner life. And don't skip any part of this. Every word matters. Stay with me until the end. Let's begin the rewiring. Drop this in the comments if it resonates. My words create my reality. Phrase 1. I choose my next move. Life will hit you. That's not a possibility. It's a guarantee. The question is never whether hardship will show up. The real question is who gets to decide what it means. Because every time you say, I choose my next move, you're claiming sovereignty over the one thing nobody can take from you. Not your circumstances, not the past, not other people's decisions. your next move, your response. And that single space between what happens and what you do next is where your power lives. Think about what that means in real life. A message lands that changes your plans. Your first impulse is panic. Your body flares up with pain again. Your first impulse is frustration. Someone you love makes a choice that hurts them. Your first impulse is to carry their life on your shoulders. A goal you've worked toward hits an unexpected wall. Your first impulse is to call it failure. But in every one of those moments, there is a split second, a crossroads. One path is automatic reaction, the path most people take. They spiral, they collapse, they complain, they catastrophize. But when you start your day by saying, "I choose my next move," you train your brain to take the other path, the path of conscious decision. You remind yourself, "I am not a leaf in the wind. I am not a puppet on strings. I have agency." You may not control what happens, but you absolutely control how you respond. So tomorrow morning, before you touch your phone, before you let the world speak first, say it out loud. "I choose my next move." Say it slowly. Say it like it matters, because it does. Phrase 2. This is my training ground. Most people treat discomfort like a warning sign. If it feels hard, they assume it's wrong. If it feels awkward, they assume they're not made for it. If it stretches them, they retreat. But here is what the Stoics knew, and what most people forget. Growth doesn't feel like comfort. Growth feels like friction. When your muscles strengthen, there is resistance. When your mind expands, there is uncertainty. When your character deepens, there is pressure. So when you wake up and say, "This is my training ground," you are rewriting the meaning of difficulty. You are telling your mind, "This challenge is not here to break me, it is here to build me." This is not naive optimism. This is strength. Because life will never stop handing you obstacles. But you can stop wasting them. The Stoics had a name for this attitude: loving your fate. Not because everything that happens is good, but because everything that happens can be used. Used to practice patience. Used to practice courage. Used to practice discipline. Used to practice self-respect. And the moment you see hardship as training, you stop asking, "Why me?" And you start asking, "Who am I becoming through this?" Now, let me make this practical. Imagine you finally decide to learn something new. A skill you've been avoiding for years. Maybe it's a language. Maybe it's an instrument. Maybe it's a course you've been meaning to take. Maybe it's your health. Maybe it's building your business. Maybe it's rebuilding your confidence. The first days feel clumsy. Your mind can't hold all the information. Your progress feels slow. You feel stupid, even if you're not. And the ego hates that feeling. So your brain offers you the easy exit. Quit. Go back to what's familiar. Go back to what you're already good at. Go back to comfort, where you don't have to feel awkward. But you started your morning with a different instruction. This is my training ground. So instead of running, you pause, you breathe, and you recognize the truth. This feeling isn't proof that you're failing. It's proof that your brain is changing. Those moments of discomfort are not a sign you should stop. They're often the sign you're finally doing the thing that will change you. And sometimes the discomfort isn't about skills. Sometimes it's emotional. A relationship needs a boundary you've never set. A conversation needs to happen. A truth needs to be spoken. A pattern needs to end. Your heart races just thinking about it. Your mind offers you 1,000 reasons to stay silent. Don't rock the boat. Keep the peace. They'll get upset. It's not worth it. Maybe it will go away. But deep down, you know what silence costs you. It costs your self-respect. It costs your peace. It costs your future. So you say it again. This is my training ground. Right here in this fear. Right here in this moment where you choose yourself, even though it's uncomfortable. Because becoming stronger sometimes means making other people uncomfortable. Becoming healthier sometimes means disappointing a version of you that wanted the easy path. Becoming free sometimes means outgrowing what used to feel normal. This is not about pretending hardship is a gift. Some things are genuinely painful. Grief is real. Loss is real. Injustice is real. But even in the dark moments, the choice remains. Will suffering shrink you or deepen you? When you say, "This is my training ground," you are choosing depth. You are choosing to become the kind of person who does not run when life gets heavy. So say it every morning. Say it when things are easy. Say it when things feel impossible. Say it when you're excited. Say it when you're exhausted. Because you're teaching your mind to see challenge as opportunity. And if this hits you, drop this in the comments. I welcome the discomfort of becoming. Now, take a breath. Because phrase 3 is where most people get their life back. Phrase 3, only this hour. Most people don't lose their lives in one dramatic moment. They lose them in fragments. A mind stuck in yesterday, replaying what can't be changed. A mind trapped in tomorrow, rehearsing disasters that may never happen. A body in the present, but a soul somewhere else. And that split is exhausting. Because when your attention is divided between regret and fear, you live at half power. You miss opportunities that are right in front of you. You damage relationships without meaning to. You make decisions based on ghosts instead of reality. So when you wake up and say, "Only this hour," you are pulling your mind back home, back to your breath, back to your body, back to the only moment where your power actually exists. The Stoics were relentless about this, not because they didn't care about the future, not because they denied the past, but because they understood something most people never practice. The present is the only place where you can act. You can't fix yesterday, you can't control tomorrow, but you can choose what you do next, right now. And that is enough to change everything. Let me show you how this plays out in real life. You wake up and your mind immediately starts running. Appointments, deadlines, bills, problems, family responsibilities. The list stacks up like a mountain, and before your feet even touch the floor, you feel the weight on your chest. Your brain tries to solve 5 days of stress in 5 seconds. And that's why anxiety hits so hard. Not because you can't handle today, because you're trying to carry everything at once. So you speak the phrase, "Only this hour," and your awareness shifts. Yes, the week exists. Yes, the future matters. But what actually needs you right now? Water, breath, a clear head, a single next step. Maybe you make your bed. Maybe you stretch for 2 minutes. Maybe you write down the one priority that truly matters today. Maybe you send one important message instead of 10 panicked ones. Maybe you walk outside and let your nervous system unclench, because the future will arrive 1 hour at a time. And you don't need to live it all right now. Or maybe your prison isn't the future. Maybe your prison is the past. You carry shame about who you used to be. You replay mistakes like a punishment. You remember opportunities you missed, and you treat them like proof that you're behind. You hold old conversations in your mind like a courtroom, and you keep sentencing yourself over and over again. So you feel stuck, because part of you is trying to move forward, and part of you is still living back there. That's why this phrase matters. Only this hour. It gives you permission to release what you cannot change. Not because the past doesn't matter, but because drowning in it doesn't honor anyone, especially not you. You are allowed to learn. You are allowed to grow. You are allowed to become someone new. The person you were did the best they could with the awareness they had. The person you are now has the awareness to do better. And today is where redemption lives. Not in rewriting yesterday, in living this hour differently. Here's what changes when you practice this. You stop mortgaging your peace for a future outcome. You stop bleeding energy into what you can't control. You become more effective because your mind is not scattered across 10 imaginary timelines. You become present in conversations, alive in experiences, engaged with what is, and that presence becomes your power. So say it every morning, only this hour. Let those words pull you into now. And if you feel this, type this in the comments. I return to the present. I return to my power. Now, phrase 4 is the one that heals the story most people secretly live under. Phrase 4, my worth is not up for debate. There is a quiet lie that steals more years than failure ever will. The lie that says, once I achieve more, then I'll feel peace. Once I fix myself, then I'll be worthy. Once I look better, earn more, prove more, then I can finally breathe. And the worst part is how normal that lie feels. Because it doesn't show up like a villain. It shows up like motivation. It shows up like high standards. It shows up like being realistic. But underneath it is a trap. If your worth depends on results, you will never rest. Because the finish line keeps moving. You hit one goal and your mind immediately sets a bigger one. You earn something and your mind tells you it's not enough. You improve and your mind points to the next floor. And you live your whole life trying to earn the right to feel okay. So when you wake up and say, my worth is not up for debate, you are ending that argument. You are not claiming perfection. You are claiming something deeper. Your humanity does not need permission. The Stoics weren't obsessed with ego. They were obsessed with character. They believed the most valuable things in you were not external, not your status, not your money, not your image, not your popularity, but your ability to think clearly, to act with courage, to live with integrity. That's why this phrase matters so much in a world that constantly tries to measure you. Because modern life is basically one long attempt to convince you you're behind. Every scroll shows you someone winning. Every ad whispers you're incomplete without something. Every comparison turns your life into a scoreboard. And if you live inside that, you will always feel like you're chasing. So, ask yourself something honest. Who decided you weren't enough? Where did that measuring stick come from? When did you agree that your worth would be determined by other people's reactions? Most people never consciously agreed. They absorbed it. Slowly, consistently, repeatedly, until it felt like truth. So saying this each morning isn't positive thinking. It's deprogramming. It's remembering a truth that existed before the world started selling you insecurity. You were enough before you produced anything. before you performed, before you proved, before you were useful. And here's what changes when you actually believe that, not intellectually, but in your bones. You stop performing for approval. You stop twisting yourself into shapes that please others while betraying yourself. You make decisions based on values, not validation. You say no without guilt. You say yes without begging for permission. You exist without apology. And then something powerful happens. When someone doubts you, you don't collapse. When someone disagrees, you don't spiral. When someone misunderstands you, you don't spend days arguing with invisible juries in your mind. Because you've started your day with a decision. My worth is not up for debate. Their opinion is information, not a verdict. Now let's be real. Sometimes the harshest judge isn't outside. It's inside. You look in the mirror and notice every flaw. You review your life and see what's missing, not what's present. You compare your chapter 3 to someone else's chapter 20 and call yourself a failure. That inner voice can sound like protection, but it's poison. So this phrase isn't about silencing your inner critic forever. It's about refusing to let it have the final word. It's you saying, I hear you, but I don't serve you anymore, because your worthiness is not determined by your worst day. Your value is not a debate. Your existence is not something you have to earn. So tomorrow morning, before the world rates you, before your mind starts measuring you, say it out loud. My worth is not up for debate. And if this lands for you, drop this in the comments. My worth is non-negotiable. Now, phrase 5 is the one that gives your nervous system a place to finally rest. Phrase 5, I release the outcome. If your mind feels tired, it might not be because you're doing too much. It might be because you're holding too tightly. Tightly to a timeline. Tightly to an expectation. Tightly to how people should behave. Tightly to how life is supposed to go. And every day, your nervous system pays the price. Because trying to control what you were never meant to control is a losing battle. It doesn't make you safer. It makes you tense. It turns your chest into a clenched fist. It turns your thoughts into a constant rehearsal of what if. It turns your life into a performance instead of a lived experience. So when you wake up and say, I release the outcome, you are not surrendering to chaos. You are surrendering to reality. You are drawing a line between two worlds, what you can influence and what you cannot. The Stoics built their entire philosophy on this. They said, do your best with what is yours to do and let the rest happen as it happens. That isn't passivity. That's power. Because the moment you stop bleeding energy into what you can't control, you finally have energy for what you can. Your effort, your attitude, your discipline, your honesty, your response. That is where your influence lives. But most people never practice this. They spend their days trying to manage outcomes like a puppet master. They try to control other people's opinions. They try to control whether they're liked. They try to control how quickly their dreams unfold. They try to control how someone they love chooses to live. They try to control the timing of healing, the timing of success, the timing of clarity. And it creates a specific kind of suffering, the suffering of fighting the uncontrollable. And the illusion of control is seductive. It whispers, if you plan perfectly, nothing bad will happen. If you anticipate every variable, if you micromanage every detail, if you stay hypervigilant, then you'll finally be safe. But life doesn't work like that. The tighter you grip, the more life slips through your fingers. And the more you try to force outcomes, the more anxious you become, because deep down, you know, you can't guarantee any of it. So releasing the outcome is not giving up. It's getting honest. It's you saying, I will show up fully. I will do what is mine to do. And then I will stop torturing myself over what isn't. Let me make this real. You care deeply about someone who keeps making choices that hurt them. You've spoken. You've supported. You've tried. You've shown up in every way you know how. But they are still on a path you cannot walk for them. Every instinct in you wants to save them, to force them into the better life you can see for them, to control their decisions so you don't have to feel helpless. But you can't, and the grief of that powerlessness sits heavy. So you say, I release the outcome, and something shifts, not in their life, but in yours. You can still love them. You can still care. You can still be present. But you stop carrying responsibility for choices that aren't yours to make. You stop letting their journey steal your peace. Or maybe the thing you're gripping is time itself. You have a vision of where you should be by now. A checklist, a timeline, a set of milestones you were supposed to hit, and life didn't follow the script. Detours you didn't choose, delays that don't make sense, doors that closed when you were certain they would open. And now you're angry. At time, at the universe, at yourself. So you say, I release the outcome, not because you stop caring, but because you stop punishing yourself for what you can't control. You can work hard. You can stay committed. You can prepare. But you cannot force readiness before its season. You cannot rush what is still forming. And releasing the outcome doesn't mean you stop striving. It means you stop strangling your life with expectations. It means you show up for today without dragging tomorrow behind you like chains. So tomorrow morning, before your mind starts negotiating with uncertainty, say it. I release the outcome. Feel your shoulders drop. Feel your jaw unclench. Feel your breath deepen. And if you want to lock this in, type this in the comments. I trust the process beyond my control. Now bring it all together, because this is the point. These 5 phrases aren't just words. They are an internal architecture, a new operating system, a decision to protect your inner world in a world that constantly tries to hijack it. So here they are again. I choose my next move. This is my training ground. Only this hour. My worth is not up for debate. I release the outcome. Say them in the morning, not like a routine, like a declaration, because your mind is listening, and what you repeat becomes what you live. Now, if you stayed with me until here, I want you to do 2 things. First, hit the like button, because it tells the algorithm to push this to someone who needs it. Second, subscribe, because this channel is for people who refuse to settle for a small inner life. And don't leave without commenting 1 phrase you're committing to tomorrow morning. Choose one and type it below. Because when you put it into words, you stop being a spectator of your life. You become the architect of it. Your mind is listening. What will you tell it tomorrow?